Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? I don't know that I've done a reading for you before. I do so many, I can't remember everybody's name, but I'd like to explain real quick. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades, and I try to describe the picture the best that I can. They will not give me all the details. Details are none of my business. They'll give me just enough to where hopefully you understand what they're talking about, what he's talking about. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, I know what he's talking about. So this is non-exact science. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. We communicate the best way we can. So he's sing-songing. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Kind of like a little lilt. So I had something else I was going to say before he started that. I don't remember now. Anyway, it's his show. He can do whatever he wants within reason. Let's see. Hang on. He's trying to show me something. Okay, he's showing you in some kind of, oh, you look awful small. I usually ask them not to show anything like when you're too young and you can't remember it, unless maybe there's a picture of you that you have seen since then. It needs to be something that you can remember because you look pretty small, but you're in like a, I don't want to say go-kart. I don't know that it even has a motor on it, but you know, like a kind of like a little go-kart. I think it might have pedals on it. Anyway, he's pushing you. He's pushing you, and you're too little to pedal or have gas in it, whichever it is. It looks like it's got a motor on it. Anyway, so if you're too young to you were too young to remember that, maybe there's a picture of this. He likes being outside. Okay, he's showing you standing at a kitchen sink. I'm assuming it's in your home. And you've got a dish towel in your hand, so you're drying dishes. And you think you hear or feel somebody kind of he's showing over your left shoulder, kind of back. And you turn and you look, and there's nothing there. And you go back to drying dishes. And you feel it or hear something or something again. And you turn around and look, and there's nothing there. Know that that was him. And I never know how other people are going to feel the energy of them. Everybody feels it different. But it's like when somebody walks into the room, you don't hear them, you don't see them, but you feel them. You feel what you're feeling is their energy. You feel them. So know that that was him. If you feel that again, and it may not be the exact same spot, but instead of turning around, because I know it kind of freaks you out because you feel somebody in the room, you're like, somebody's watching me. You know, that song. It's actually kind of a creeper song, but I like it. Try to turn just slowly, not. Okay, let me explain. I see him head on, but I also see him like everybody else does. And like out of the corner of my eye in your peripheral vision, I'll see somebody walk and head down my hallway and I go. But if I turn my head and look right at him, you don't see him. Don't know why it works this way, but a lot of people can see him like out of the corner of their eye, just psst. So if you feel him like that again, try not to turn your head around and look right at him. Try to just let it happen, or maybe turn your head slightly where it's still in your peripheral vision. Because he's trying to show up. He's trying to. He's going, here, let me help you with that. So I don't know if he used to help you with the dishes. but he's offering to help you now with them. Okay, he's messing with stuff around the sink. Show me again. He's a little bit hazy. He's come closer. Do you have, like, around my little window above the sink, I have some things hanging there, some decorations, some doodads. And it's like he's taking his finger and moving something around your sink, something hanging there. So watch for something to move, fall off. If it's something, he's not showing me exactly what it is. So if it's something that would make it like a tinkling noise or something, he's saying crash, bang, boom. He's not showing me exactly what it is. But look for something to move, fall off, be rearranged, hear the noise. So I know that's being a little vague, but he's not, it's up to him to tell me. It's his show. But he said crash, bang, boom. So I got a feeling, obviously, something's going to crash off of something in the kitchen. Oh, wow, that's really vague. He's not, he needs to give me details. Something's going to fall. It could just be a can out of the cabinet. You could have the door shut and the can falls out on the counter or on the floor. I don't know. It's going to be something that's louder, but he's also talking about something around the sink. I can't twist his arm. He's not giving me any details. He goes over the stove and he talks. There's a big pot on the stove and he's talking about spaghetti. He just keeps saying spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti. I don't know if that was his favorite food. Maybe you make homemade sauce. Maybe you just cooked a pot of spaghetti, or maybe you're getting ready to. Like I told a lady one time, I said, "Hey, he's talking about marshmallows," and she was sitting there with a bag of marshmallows when she watched the video. So I never know. He says you're as cute as a bug in a rug. And it's like he's in my ear. He's not saying it in my ear, but this is my right ear. It doesn't have to be the right ear, because this is just usually the side they come in on. But it's almost like he's trying to get in my ear. He's not talking. He's just, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what this is. So if one of your ears, preferably the right one, just feels like there's just something messing with it. I'm not even getting the heat. I'm not getting the tingling. I'm not getting whispering. I don't know what this is. It's just like, I feel like he's like trying to get in my ear. And did he used to give you wet willies in your ear? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's trying to give me a wet willy. You know, where somebody licks their finger, gets a whole lot of goop on it, and sticks it in your ear. I hate those. Hate those. Maybe that's why it's not wet. He probably knows I hate them. I do follow you around. Don't get creeped out by it. I close my eyes when you go in the bathroom. And that's good. It's, there's been a few times I've been laying in the bathtub just soaking, look up and go, "Who are you and why are you here in my bathroom?" They don't, that doesn't bother me anymore. They don't give a shit about my old naked body. But that was funny that he said that. But it is kind of like he kind of follows you around the house, kind of like a little, kind of like your shadow, kind of like your shadow, and he's just kind of following you around. But he's not like, sometimes I see them like when they do. Well, they don't usually follow you around that close, that much. But anyway, I do see him following a lot of people. He just keeps showing me that you walking around the house and he's right behind you. He's just right behind you. So I promise you 1,000%, he can hear you, he can see you. Talk to him. Talk to him all you want. Ask him questions. Ask him questions and then give it a little bit. And it could take a day or two. It could take a week. I don't know. Just depends on what it is. Ask him a question and then see what pops up on the TV, radio, billboard, bumper sticker, license plates. Went to mediumship group and I said, okay, if this shit's real, if I'm supposed to do it, you're going to have to give me a sign. And as I pulled out of the parking lot, the van in front of me had butterfly for the license plate. I said, well, there's my sign. So, it could just be little things like that. You'll get the smell of smoke. They love smells because they're easy for them to do. Moving a heavy object takes a lot more. The smell of smoke, not 100% sure it's cigarette smoke. Usually I can tell, but you'll get this little whiff of smoke. Okay, he distracted me. You could be in the store, you can be in your car, you can be outside, doesn't matter where it's at. Get that whiff, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more signs if you want more signs. That's your free will choice. Same thing with the thinking you feel him. Say, I know that's you, Dad. I love you. Thank you for being here for me. I don't feel like he's following you around like he has to guard you, like it's a danger thing. Like he feels like, he has to be your protector. Well, he is your protector, but he just he just likes being around you. I'm sorry I left you in the lurch. I don't know how long he's been gone, how old you were. He feels like he left you in the lurch. You picked up the pieces quite well. You're an amazing person. Kudos to you. He's given the peace sign. Peace. Kudos to you. I'm proud of you. So now what's your next step going to be? He's showing you're pretty much on your path. But you keep looking to the left, like there's something I kind of want to do over there, but that's going to take you off your path. Usually they show me the opposite. There's something that's kind of pulling at you, but here's your path, and it's going to take you over here. Now, even if you take that turn, what I've always seen anyway is eventually you still end up back on your path. I call it the scenic route. I've taken a lot of scenic routes. Still end up on my path. So I'm not sure what thing he's talking about. He's not giving me a hint. And he's not making it feel like it's a bad thing if you do that, because you're going to whoop-de-doo back around. But he says you're also not moving forward. You're just kind of there. So what in your heart of hearts is out there in the horizon that maybe you can't even see yet, but you feel like you really, really want? Not a new house, not material things, basically. What is your dream out there that maybe you think you cannot achieve? He says you need to take some baby steps. You're on that path. You're just stopped. He says you can achieve it. Stop doubting yourself. And a lot of people, when they envision something 5 years from now, it's like this big mansion of a house and 15 brand new cars, and that's really not the deal. but you still won't get it if you don't take steps towards it. Oh, he says if you sit in that one spot, everybody else will run over you and you'll still be there. So there's something he really feels like you need to move towards. Don't know if well, now he's showing, putting his hands on the back of your shoulders and kind of giving you a nudge. He's trying to nudge you forward. Don't be afraid to change, he says. Everything changes. For the good, he starts laughing. He's kind of going like this. He's insinuating with everything going on in our country, like it's going to change for the good, but who knows when. He said it's coming. And there will be fireworks. And then you'll be ready to leap ahead. So whatever that dream is, write it down, put it on your fridge, draw a picture of it, cut pictures out of a magazine. They call that like vision boards. I haven't done it this morning. I haven't done it for a while, but tried to type out like at least five different things. Please help me with this. Please help me with this. Please help me with this. And that goes to my guides, my teams, my angels, my loved ones. And somebody will bring something along and open a door. It truly works that way. And that's what he's kind of trying to get through to you. He said he's smarter than the average bear, boo-boo. He said it's really cool up here. Not at all what I expected. But it's really cool. Okay, he's talking about a sister. Did he have a sister that passed or still here? He's not telling me which yet, where she's at. Doesn't have to be a blood sister. I've got a lot of guys that I think of as my brother. The little lady next door can feel more like a grandmother to you than your blood grandmother that lives clear across the country that you talk to once a year. So it's that feeling. She's there. She's there with him, whoever this lady is. Feels like a sister. They're hanging out, just buddies. Somehow they're helping each other. Somehow they're helping each other, like get in touch with each other's family. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Like he's helping her figure out how to get in touch with her loved ones, and she's helping him figure out how to do it. And I asked my medium friend one time, I said, now when we get there, don't we know everything? She goes, no, it doesn't work that way, Rhonda. We still have to learn how to do some of this stuff. Okay, he's showing you, or at least I believe it's you, tripping over a cat. C-A-T, cat. So if you've recently tripped over a cat, if you haven't, beware. Beware of being around cats. You're liable, it's going to run out in front of you and you might almost trip over it. He didn't show you falling down. Know that if you do have a cat, watch the cat. Animals and small children can see them, hear them, interact with them, no problem. So if you do have a cat, if that's what he's showing me, and you see the cat like watching a fly, doing something, that'll be him playing with the cat. Sometimes you'll see a cat like jump up on the wall and there's nothing there for it to jump up at, like it's going to grab something. That's because somebody's playing with it from up there. Animals have no problem with it. Okay, now he's talking about how you just need to go outside, lift your face up to the sun, and just stand there. Close your eyes and breathe, and actually breathe. When we breathe, our automatic breathing is so shallow that our little cells in our body do not actually get enough oxygen. They're not that happy. I used to have a note on my computer telling me to breathe because I don't do it either. You really need to suck in some air. I live in Kansas. It's pretty cold to be standing out there. But he's talking about your face being like a sunflower. Like whichever way the sun is, and I don't know why he's saying this, wherever the sun's at in the sky, a sunflower will actually turn during the day. It actually follows the sun. And I actually saw a thing a couple days ago where if there's two sunflowers together and it gets dark, they face each other. So I guess they're still getting the energy off each other. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. But he's talking about holding your face up to the sun, like no matter where it's at, like a sunflower. Don't know why. He says, and just breathe. Well, I live in Kansas. It's pretty cold to be standing out there with my face in the sun, but I will do that after a while if I don't forget. I'll do it myself. But when you do that, do meditation breathing. You don't have to meditate to do it. Just breathe in slowly, real deep through the nose. And some people hold it a few seconds and then out through the mouth. Totally out through the mouth. Do that at least 3 times. It will relax you a lot. Yeah, he pulled my eyes down here. I don't know why. I can't even read my own writing. I think it says turn or burn. Something or burn. Turn or burn. I don't know if that's got something to do with that sun thing or not, but first it was telescope because I want to get a telescope. Sometimes they just throw words out there. He says you are actually doing fabulous. He's very proud of you. It's like there's a little bit of confusion right now. Maybe it's the stuff going on, maybe it's mess with your job or something. I don't know. It's just like a little bit of confusion going on, but he said it's nothing bad. Tell your mom hi. I love her. I worship her. I'm waiting for him to say. It's like he goes to her house and he sits there in like quiet reverence. He's not showing that he really does anything. That he just enjoys the peace, the energy, the love, the feeling at home. He's talking about Mr. Bojangles. Who sang that song? Nitty Gritty? Hang on. Okay, it is by Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. So I don't know if he particularly liked that band. That's kind of from back in my day, but they refer a lot to songs from back in my day because at least I understand them. I can pick it out. I know the song. Nah, so anyway, you might YouTube that song. Don't know for sure what it has, what's the meaning of it is. Stirring the pot. Somebody's stirring the pot. Who's stirring the pot? Somebody's stirring the pot in a secretive, sly way. It's like he's showing somebody stirring a pot, and then they're kind of looking like, did anybody see me do that? Anybody see me doing that? Anybody see me stirring the pot? Yeah, he's not saying any more about it. It's his show. Now he says Johnny Appleseed. So I'm assuming he's not talking about the real Johnny Appleseed. So I'm assuming he's referring to somebody named Johnny. He's so smart. Sounds like he's talking about somebody that's still here that he's acknowledging. Say your prayers before you go to bed and be grateful. Always be grateful for the day you had, no matter how bad it was. At least you still have it. You have many watching out over you. And he's showing me like himself standing there, and there's a whole bunch of they're pretty much silhouettes. Some of them look like people, but a lot of them look like silhouettes, and that's because I don't need to know who they are. And a couple of angels. There's like a whole bunch of. I just call them my team. I don't need to know every single name, every single purpose, every single thing, because there's one in there for every purpose that you would ever need. And if there's not one now, they'll get another one. So if you need some help, call on your team. And the appropriate one will step forward. You don't need to see them. You don't need to hear them. That things will just, doors will open. He says you have a large team. It cannot override your free will choice. You have to ask them. If you need help with something, ask somebody in your team to step forward and help you with blah, blah, blah. And then leave it up to them. He says, that's how you manifested your new truck, Rhonda. Yeah, but that's not really what you're supposed to use it for, but it is. That's how I just got my brand new truck. Took a while, but it showed up. And showed up in the way that I wanted it to. He says, I love you, my dear. Know that I'm always with you. With that, he's going to leave. So pay attention to the few signs that he's giving you. And I always tell people, once you get that and you understand that that's him, then you'll get more. They kind of keep using the same thing over and over and go, she'll get it here. She'll get it pretty soon. She'll get it sooner or later. It's like when the little light bulb goes off, they go, now it's free game. So if you think it's a coincidence, it's not. He says, I love you, baby girl. I'm proud that I was your father, but I still am. Oh, he's trying to sing something. Like, do it again. It's not a song that I know, but he's singing Hold Down the Fort, F-O-R-T. Hold Down the Fort. But he was singing it, but it doesn't really sound like a song. So I don't know where to go with that singing part. Don't forget that I love you. From the bottom of my heart. Heart, heart, heart. Somebody used to do that on TV. Heart, heart, heart. And with that, he's leaving. Okay. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.